Marion Huber, Learning Through Listening Awards, RFB&D High School senior members with a learning disability. Top winners receiving $6,000 award and a trip to Washington, D.C. Ryan Ansell, 19, Fort Washington, Pennsylvania. Education path. Graduated from Chestnut Hill Academy in Philadelphia. Attending Davidson College in North Carolina and majoring in biology. Quote, I transformed dyslexia from my enemy into a source of motivation. Dyslexia and RFB&D are the reasons I've been able to achieve high academic honors each year in high school. My academic playing field will never be level, and any accomplishments will demand more time and sacrifice. But with the tools and support from RFB&D, I have the real opportunity to achieve. End quote.
Leah Hoffman, 18, San Diego, California. Education path. Graduated from San Diego Jewish Academy, attending Chapman University in California. Quote, struck with fear, I became the quiet kid in the back of the class, afraid to be called on in front of my peers. School and my personal life had become a maze of hopelessness and fear. Taking it one step at a time, I chose to face each of my fears and fill myself with positive thoughts of courage and hope. I began to overcome my anxiety about reading. RFB&D has opened countless doors for me. End quote.
Kyle Wittenauer, 18, Richmond, Virginia. Education path. Graduated from St. Christopher School in Richmond, attending Yale University and majoring in cognitive neuroscience. Quote, I will never make the television team for our Battle of the Brains Club at school, because my ability to ring the buzzer first is impaired, in spite of the fact that my brain might be the first one with the correct answer. I am fortunate to have my disabilities diagnosed and been given the tools to prevail over them. I often say that RFB&D saved my academic life. End quote.
Mary P. Owenslager Scholastic Achievement Awards. RFB&D college senior members who are blind or visually impaired. Top winners receiving $6,000 award and trip to Washington, D.C. Susan Kashu, Tucson, Arizona. Education path. Graduated from the University of Arizona with a PhD from the Arid Lands Resource Sciences program and a minor in natural resources. Quote, RFB&D was a principal player throughout my undergraduate and Master of Science education and has enriched my life through continued reading and learning. My long-range aspiration is to work as a program director in a multicultural setting within poor resource-dependent communities. End quote.
Daniel Standage, 36, Tucson, Arizona. Education path. Graduated from the University of Arizona with a Bachelor of Science degree in rehabilitation and is now coordinator in the Veterans Reintegration and Education Project at the Disability Resource Center at the University of Arizona. Quote, when I first lost my vision, I went into a dark place, and reading was the last thing on my mind. But school became a conduit for me to change my life, and RFB&D was a major part of coming back for me. I began taking leadership roles within the blinded veteran community and advocating for student veterans who were too ashamed to ask for help. I continued to serve those who served and considered my membership with RFB&D as a tool for accessing the printed word. End quote.
Sharon Burniston, 48, Maplewood, New Jersey. Education path. Graduated from Drew University with a Master of Divinity and is now the pastor of a small church. Quote, when I did an internship as a chaplain for institutionalized persons with disabilities, I began to embrace the label of disability that I had shunned before. My eyesight gives me a different perspective, not an impaired point of view. RFB&D has been a blessing in my life. End quote.